My name is Alexia Gagan, and I'm going to teach you about the desalination plants in California. This is the Pacific Ocean. You can swim in it, admire it, or surf on it. One thing you may never think to do is to drink out of it. And yet, in 2028, that's exactly what people in South Orange County will be doing. The Doheny Ocean Desalination Project is in the process of being built in Dana Point, California. It is the 13th desalination plant to be built in our state. The first ever plant in California was built in 1992 in Catalina Island. The largest plant in the Western Hemisphere was built in 2015 in Carlsbad, San Diego. Soon, Orange County will have their very own desalination plant that will create a new, reliable, and drought-proof water supply. The plant is expected to produce 5 million gallons of drinking water per day, enough for more than 40,000 people. But what exactly is a desalination plant? Desalination is the process of removing salt and other impurities from ocean water, making it suitable for drinking. To protect the marine ecosystem, seawater is pumped into wells at a speed 3 times slower than a fish swims. This water is then filtered to remove all particles and debris, such as sand and algae. At this point, only water and salt remains. The salt water now goes through a reverse osmosis process that uses very strong pumps to apply pressure. This ensures that only pure water comes out on the other side. The pressure is equivalent to about 100 elephants standing on a manhole cover. Energy produced by the process is partly recovered and reused to help operate the plant. And the clean water is then distributed to the community all the way to the tap. So now that we know how a desalination plant works, let's find out why we need one in California.
I'm Rick Shintaku, General Manager of South Coast Water District.
Why do we need a local source of water? How would the Doheny desalination plant help in case of a natural disaster?
But the main reason why we're building this project is for an emergency. And because we get almost all of our drinking water from hundreds and hundreds of miles away, we want to be able to take water from nearby. And this allows us that opportunity. And during an emergency, for example, all of the water that's coming in from the Colorado River and from Northern California is all treated at this treatment plant in Yorba Linda. You know where Yorba Linda is?
Yeah.
Yes. And between us and Yorba Linda, you drove down here, there's a long way, right? Between us and Yorba Linda. Well, there's 5 earthquake fault lines that cross that major water transmission line that get to us here. So if one of those were to rupture the pipeline, we could be out of water for 60 days. And if we build our own project nearby, no matter what happens to those pipelines, we can pump water into our system and we won't go without water.
One of the most promising aspects of the Doheny Desalination Project is its commitment to local water supply. In California, we are all at risk when it comes to droughts, earthquakes, and wildfires. So having a backup water supply that can be activated during emergencies is essential, and this project will be able to quickly provide water to thousands of people in the event of any natural disaster. But how safe is the desalination plant? Are dolphins and whales safe?
Whales will be safe, and fish and everything else. Other ocean water desalination plants in the past have used open intakes. And the way I describe that is, you ever seen the movie Finding Nemo?
Yes.
And you remember when Dory and Nemo were swimming in the ocean and the whale came in with his wide open mouth and he accidentally swallowed Nemo and Dory?
Yes.
Well, that's what an open intake does. It takes in fish and plankton, and that's why we moved away from that. And we wanted to make sure we never do that. So we're drilling subsurface wells that never go up to the surface. So it's bringing low velocity water under the ocean floor, so none of the fish can get trapped in there. And we're pulling that in the shore and treating that water, and that'll be our ocean water desalination process.
The Doheny Ocean Desalination Plant in Dana Point will cost $175 million to construct. But the good news is that it will only cost an additional $5 to each person's monthly water bill. And that's a small price to pay for reliable fresh water to drink, grow crops, water our lawns, and keep our family safe in case of any emergencies.